You noticed something. It wasn't loud. It wasn't obvious. She didn't walk up to you and say the words. But something was there. A look that lasted a half second too long. A laugh that came a little too fast. A text reply that arrived before you even put your phone down. And yet, nothing happened. She pulled back. She got quiet. She acted like everything was completely normal. And now you're sitting here wondering if you imagined the whole thing. Or if she actually does like you, but is hiding it so well that even she seems confused. Here's what's actually going on. Women are not wired to chase. That's not an insult to anyone. It's just how attraction has worked socially and psychologically for a very long time. The risk to reward calculation is completely different for a woman who shows interest versus a man who shows interest. If she's wrong about you, if she shows her hand and you don't feel the same way, the social and emotional cost is much higher than most men realize. So before she lets herself be fully seen, she watches. She gathers information. She tests without you knowing she's testing. What you're picking up on are the signals she can't fully suppress. And yes, they're real. The first one is proximity without purpose. You know how when you're not really interested in someone, you don't really think about where you're standing in relation to them? You just exist in a room. But when someone is drawn to you, their body starts making decisions their brain hasn't officially approved yet. She'll find reasons to be near you. Not obvious reasons. Not, I walked over here specifically to talk to you reasons, but vague ones. She was just getting a drink. She happened to end up near your group. She was walking in that direction anyway. None of it means anything on its own. But when it keeps happening, when it's always her who drifts toward your side of the room, that's not a coincidence. That's her body doing things she hasn't consciously admitted to herself yet. The second signal is the way she listens. There's a difference between polite listening and actually paying attention. Polite listening is nodding. Paying attention is remembering. When a woman likes you but isn't ready to show it, she absorbs everything. You mentioned one time offhandedly that you grew up near the coast. 2 weeks later, she references it in a conversation. Not in a weird way, in a seamless, natural way that would only make sense if she'd been quietly holding on to what you said. She remembers small things. She asks follow-up questions about stuff you mentioned days ago. She knows what coffee you drink. She knows the name of your friend who always cancels plans. She's been listening, not because she has to, but because she wants to. The third signal is she makes jokes about the two of you. This one is subtle, and most men let it slide right past them without catching it. She'll say something like, "That sounds like exactly what you would do." Or, "Oh, so that's your type." Or she'll tease you about something specific to you and only you. There's a playfulness to it that's different from how she talks to everyone else. She's doing something psychologically interesting here. By framing the two of you as a unit, even in a joking way, she's testing the water. She's seeing how you respond to the idea. If you laugh and pull back, she has deniability. It was just a joke. But if you lean into it, if you match her energy, the door opens a little wider. This kind of humor is a low-risk way of introducing the concept of us without having to actually say the word out loud. The fourth signal is that she becomes slightly unpredictable. One day she's warm, texting back quickly, laughing easily, making eye contact just long enough to feel deliberate. The next day, she's distant, short replies, too busy, and you're back to wondering if the whole thing was in your head. Here's what's actually happening in those moments. She pulled back because she felt herself getting too obvious. She caught herself smiling too much. She replied too fast and then stared at the read receipt with mild horror. So she corrects. She creates distance to balance it out. She doesn't want to look eager. She doesn't want to look like she's falling before you've given her any reason to believe you're falling too. So she recalibrates, and it comes across as inconsistency. But inconsistency when it follows a clear pattern of warmth, is almost always emotional self-protection, not disinterest. The fifth signal is the way she looks at you when you're not looking at her. You won't catch this one directly, but other people will. Her friends will. Someone in the group will notice. If you ever find yourself in a social setting with her and someone pulls you aside and says, "She definitely likes you," that person has been watching her look at you. She looks when you're talking to someone else. She checks your reaction when something funny happens. She tracks your movement without meaning to. Eyes follow what the mind is already thinking about. You can't fake where your eyes go. The sixth signal is she suddenly gets quiet around you. This one confuses men the most. You expect someone who likes you to be warm and talkative and enthusiastic. But a woman who is hiding feelings sometimes becomes more reserved around you specifically, not less, because she's managing herself. She's thinking about how she's coming across. She doesn't want to say something embarrassing. She doesn't want to give away too much. She overthinks the conversation because the conversation actually matters to her. With someone she doesn't care about, she says whatever comes to mind. With you, she edits. And that editing can look like shyness or distance or even coldness. But it's not any of those things. It's attention being paid in a very deliberate, very careful way. Now here's the part most videos skip. Why is she hiding it at all? It's not manipulation. It's not games for the sake of games. Most of the time, it comes down to a few very human things. She doesn't know if you feel the same way. She's been burned before. She's protecting a friendship, if one exists. She's afraid of changing the dynamic. She's not sure what she wants yet. Or she simply isn't ready. Not all hidden attraction means she's playing hard to get. Sometimes it means she's genuinely working something out internally, and she's not far enough along to show her hand. That matters because it changes how you respond. The worst thing you can do is push for a direct answer before she's ready to give one. The pressure doesn't speed things up, it shuts things down. What actually works is creating an environment where she doesn't feel like she needs to hide it. That means being consistent yourself, being warm without being needy, giving her space to read you clearly, and matching her energy when she opens the door, even a little. If she makes that joke about the two of you, don't panic and change the subject. Stay in it. Let her see that the idea doesn't scare you. That's what she's actually looking for. Not a confession. It's just evidence. She's not waiting for you to make a dramatic move. She's waiting for enough proof that the risk is worth it. And here's something nobody tells you. The fact that she's hiding it is not a bad sign. A woman who doesn't care doesn't bother hiding anything. She just doesn't engage. The hiding is a form of protection, and you only protect things that matter to you. So the next time you notice the warmth followed by the distance, the laugh that came too fast, the memory of a thing you said 3 weeks ago, pay attention. Not in an anxious way, in an aware one, because she's already telling you something. She's just doing it in the only language she feels safe using right now. And the quietest signals are sometimes the loudest ones. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you next time.